Hey everybody, and welcome back to Curry's Movie Reviews. Today I'm reviewing Trap. Trap was released in 2024 and it is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it stars Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, and Salika Shyamalan. So Josh Hartnett plays a notorious serial killer and family man in the Philly area, and he is taking his daughter, played by Donahue, to go see a Lady Raven concert, played by Salika. But he comes to find out that the entire concert is a sting operation to find him, and he must find a way out without getting caught and without letting his daughter find out who he truly is.
You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up? Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert? It's a trap.
Usually, in an M. Night movie, the audience is looking for the twist. Not every one of his films has a twist, but in this movie, the twist is really at the beginning. We know pretty much right from the beginning that Josh Hartnett's character is a serial killer. And maybe if this movie was made earlier in his career, we wouldn't have found out that he was a killer until the end. In this case, we know he's a killer, and we have to sit with him for the entire movie. And whenever a movie focuses on the bad guy, it's kind of hard for you not to root for them. The audience kind of wants to see him escape, but you can tell that M. Night is having fun with this particular movie and scenario, that he gets to be, as he said himself, a little more devilish. We really are in the eyes of Hartnett's character. Dialogue scenes are shot from his point of view, and that adds a layer of empathy to the character. We kind of feel like we're trapped inside him. And since the first half of this movie takes place at a concert, M. Night does some cool camera work to influence this story. For example, we never see Salika's character up close until Hartnett and Donahue's characters move closer to her. It's actually quite smart and inventive. And to speak on the Salika of it all, yes, she is M. Night's daughter, and yes, she has her own music career. Some may think this is a form of nepotism, but I just think it's nice to see a father and daughter working together. She also wrote all of her own songs for this movie, and although I'm not the biggest fan of the genre she's in, I can appreciate the work she did. Also, I think it's impressive that M. Night chose to use real background actors to fill in the seats in the concert. No CGI crowds here. It's kind of rare to see that in a movie post 2020. And that's really as far as I'm going to go plot summary wise. Otherwise, I might just ruin the fun of the movie. I will say that the entire movie doesn't take place in the concert. He does eventually get out, but I will not reveal how he does that or what happens after. Let's talk about performances. I think Josh Hartnett is awesome in this role. He completely gets the serial killer family man vibe. He is obviously disturbed, but you can also tell he cares about his family, especially his daughter, who he's with for the majority of the movie. He nails that fakeness that people who have something to hide have. He forces his facial expressions and tone of voice and choice of words to look innocent, but as soon as they're not looking, he grows cold again. I really liked his creepy smiles and stoic demeanor when the movie demanded it. His daughter, played by Ariel Donahue, gives a convincing performance as well. When she's singing along to the songs or dancing along in the crowd, it really seems like she's the biggest fan of Lady Raven, this fake pop star. And sometimes that's hard to pull off, but she does it really well. And when she becomes to grow suspicious of her father, you can see how that affects Hartnett, because he does love her. The only other real main character here is Lady Raven, played by Salika. For most of the movie, she is just performing like any other concert, and she is doing a good job at that. But later in the movie, she does become a pivotal character, and she starts to really act. And I don't want to harp on it too much, but you can tell that acting isn't really her calling. This is her first role, but to me, it kind of felt like a high school theater performance. It's serviceable, but not too convincing. But that may come down to what her dialogue was, and it is pretty corny, and that falls on her father's shoulders. I know some people may find it charming, but yeah, a lot of the writing in this movie is straight up cheese town. I overheard other people in the theater commenting on it or laughing where they shouldn't be. and I kind of felt the same way. It's easy for me to get dragged out of the movie if the dialogue is too corny or the situations become too unrealistic, and this movie did that quite a bit. And some people may say it's a movie you have to suspend your disbelief, and to a point, I believe that's true. But there's a way to do that. It doesn't have to be so weird and corny. Some of my favorite movies have that kind of corny attitude, but for something like this, I think it's just incompetence, and the corniness doesn't add to its overall value. The overall feel of the movie doesn't feel like it was trying to be corny or campy or something like that. It felt like it was trying to be serious. And if you're going for a serious tone and you end up, feeling cheesy, it just rubs me the wrong way. I do like several things about this movie. Like I said, Hartnett's performance really carries it for me. I do appreciate M. Night's camera work and sense of direction, Salika's songwriting, and the overall plot and setting. But writing really is the glue that keeps it all together, and that doesn't stick, it just comes apart. So overall, I'm going to give Trap 3 Josh Hartnett creepy smiles out of 5. Thanks everyone for watching my review. Next week, I'm going to be reviewing Beetlejuice, finally. Cannot wait to see that movie. I really hope it's good. It seems good, and hopefully, after that, we get up Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
I might be in trouble.